This video is going to be lesson 2 from chapter 2 in your workbook. And chapter 2, remember, is on exponents, and this lesson is going to be on combining the exponent laws. So essentially what we're going to be doing is taking everything that we learned in the first lesson, which remember I said was basically a review of Math 9, and we're going to just keep practicing and applying those concepts. So again, this lesson should be, for the most part, a review, and it's going to be this is going to be part 1 of 2 parts. So let's go to class example number 1. State the simplified form of the following. So what we're going to do is apply the exponent laws. So the coefficient is 4 and this coefficient is 2. So you multiply your coefficients together. 4 times 2 is 8. And then for the exponents, this is the product law. So bases are the same, which is x's, and the law was you add your exponents. So 5 plus 3 is 8. So 8x to the power of 8. Again, for b, multiply your coefficients. Negative 7 times 6 is negative 42. And then let's look at our a's. And it's going to be product law, so we add the exponents, and you're going to add 8 plus 12, which is a to the 20. C, you're going to divide the coefficients, which is going to be 20 divided by 5. 20 divided by 5 is 4. And then you'll apply your exponent laws to the variables, right? So the exponent laws was for the quotient law is subtraction. So 20 minus 5 is 15. So 4y to the 15. Okay, this question here, 30 divided by 45. You could, they want that simplified. So you always give your answer in simplified or lowest form. So 35, sorry, it's 30. 30 divided by 45. Math 1 fraction is 2/3. Okay, so that simplifies to 2 over 3. And then we got to take care of our exponents now. So the exponents is going to be the quotient law because it's division. And what we do with division, we subtract our exponents. 14 minus 10 is 4. Okay. Let's go to E and to F. So E, we're going to, it's product law, and we're going to multiply all of our coefficients. So I've got a 3 here. Always put in your invisible coefficients. 3 times 1 times 6, and that will give you 18. Then apply the product law to the A's, and you're going to add 4 plus 5 plus 3. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. So 18a to the 12. For this, I always recommend students write quotients as division with a division bar. So let's rewrite this as negative 16 n to the 5. So when you're doing exponent laws, always write your division statements as follows using the division bar. So negative 16 n to the 5 over negative 2n. I'm going to put my invisible exponent in down here. So if there's no exponent listed, it's always going to be a 1. Just like if there's no coefficient listed, it's always going to be a 1. Okay? Take care of your coefficients. So say to yourself, what is negative 16 divided by negative 2? 2 negatives gives you a positive, and 16 divided by 2 is 8. Then take care of the quotient law, which is 5 minus 1, and you'd get 8n to the 4 as your answer. Okay, class example number 2, and then you'll pause, you'll finish by practicing some homework questions before you watch part 2. So simplify the following. I'm going to do A and B with you, and then I want you to pause the video, see if you could do C and D. So what's happening here is we have 2 different bases, but x's get to go together, right? Those are like bases. They're the same bases, so I could apply my exponent law to my x's. The law is the product law. You would add 5 plus 3. Okay? Then for my y's, those bases are the same, so I would add those exponents. for the product law. So 8 plus 4. What I would get as my final answer is there are 8 x's total, right? So 5 here and 3 here. Add those together, you get 8 x's, x to the 8. And for the y's, 8 plus 4 is 12. And box that in, I'd be done. Let's do the same thing here. Quotient law. X's get to go together because those are like bases. Quotient law is subtracting your exponents. You would get x to the 2. Then let's apply quotient law to the y's. 8 minus 4, because remember we subtract, 8 minus 4 is 4. So x squared, y to the 4. Okay, I want you to, like I said, pause this video and see if you could do C and D. When you're done, unpause and I'll do those questions. Okay, for number C, let's do our coefficients. Negative 3 times 1 times negative 4, and that should give you 12. Deal with your b's next. This is b to the 1 plus b to the 3 plus b squared. So 1 plus 3 plus 2 gives you b to the 6. And then deal with your c's last. C to the 1 plus 2 plus 1. So 1 plus 2 plus 1 is c to the 4. And you would be done that question. Okay, so for D, what you need to do is deal with the coefficients first. So 10 divided by 4, if you were to reduce that, you would get 5 over 2. Then let's deal with the e's, and this is quotient law. So I'm going to subtract 8 minus 4 to give me e to the 4. And I'm going to do the same with my f's, right? I'm going to subtract 12 minus 7 to give me f to the 5, and I would be done that. I want you to do these 4 questions in the homework. So do questions 1 to 4, and then you could watch part 2.